Okay, so this part doesn't have anything to do with Allegiant Air, but I gotta say that the Orlando Sanford International Airport is nowhere near Orlando. Just saying. Hey everyone, my name is Scott. I am the founder and author of SANspotter.com, and I'm here in Orlando this morning. Well, technically just outside of Orlando, but I'm at the Sanford International Airport, which I must say totally exceeded my expectations even before going inside. It's very big, very modern, and I have to admit that I had no idea that Allegiant Air had such a big operation here. Speaking of which, I'm here for Allegiant Air flight number 2369 to Oklahoma City. I'm actually headed all the way back to San Diego today, but I kind of figured that if Allegiant Air is headed in my general direction, why not? What could possibly go wrong? Anyway, my original intention was to do another Allegiant Air review. It's been a while since my last one, 6 years I believe, but I ended up walking away from this with a lot of questions in my mind that I didn't have any answers for. Hear me out. The first thing on my mind, other than the fact that I was obnoxiously hungry and on the brink of passing out, was the fact that I had no idea how Allegiant Air stays in business. I mean, think about it. They have 114 aircraft at the time of this video. They serve 129 different destinations, and they have nearly 4,000 employees spread across the entire United States. It's a massive operation, and it makes no sense to me how they can operate the entire thing by offering really cheap fares. Now, I paid $149 for this ticket from Orlando, actually just outside of Orlando, to Oklahoma City. The base fare was $69, but by the time I paid a little bit extra for a bigger seat, carry-on bags, and taxes, it was $149. It boggles my mind thinking about how many tickets they have to sell on a daily basis to stay profitable. They've also got to be really thrifty about everything, and I can promise you that they're not spending $17 on airport fruit and cheese platters like someone I know. About flying Allegiant Air is that it's really important to lower your expectations. Now, this isn't a terrible airline. I've flown them before. But the thing that I learned from that experience is that there will be delays. Even if they tell you that everything is on time, you'll be standing there at the gate 5 minutes before scheduled boarding time with no airplane in sight, which is, of course, what happened today. But, like I said, you have to manage your expectations properly. The aircraft will eventually show up, and you'll witness the fastest deplaning and boarding time of any airline. Allegiant Air is absolutely amazing when it comes to turning around aircraft. During the slight delay I had here on the ground, I witnessed 3 different Allegiant Air flights come and go in record time. Not 5 minutes after the last passenger walked off, they started the boarding process for every single one of those flights. It was amazing, and as a matter of fact, that's the second thing that I don't understand about Allegiant Air. How the heck can they turn around aircraft so darn quickly? I mean, when do they do maintenance? Are they even looking at the aircraft at all? Anyway, it was a lot to think about as I was standing here to board the aircraft, and you know what? I didn't even care. It's par for the course when it comes to Allegiant Air. Something else I was thinking about as I was taking the long walk down the jet bridge was the fact that Allegiant Air has never had the best reputation when it comes to airline maintenance and safety records. Do you have any idea how difficult it is to not think about such things as you're boarding an aircraft? The good news is that it's been a really long time since I've last flown Allegiant Air, and I gotta admit, it was good to be back. No, this isn't a luxury experience by any means. And as a matter of fact, I was looking forward to it only because I knew it was going to be a bare-bones experience. Not that I'm necessarily into that sort of thing, but there comes a point when you pay so little for an airplane seat that it almost becomes comical thinking about what you're actually going to get. I was actually feeling a bit bummed as I was sitting here getting footage for this trip report. And you know what? I was hoping for worse. If that's even possible. This isn't bad. I mean, it's exactly like what I remember from my last experience 6 years ago. The seats are very small, very hard, and I can assure you that Allegiant Air isn't going to be winning any airline awards anytime soon. However, when a base fare from Orlando, or just outside of Orlando, to Oklahoma City is just $69, you really can't complain much. I mean, considering how much it actually costs to run an airline like this, it's just baffling that they could charge so little and stay in business. Not only that, they stay in business while maintaining respectable levels of safety. I don't know. I don't get it, but I'm not complaining. Anyway, if you're curious, our total delay today was about 45 minutes, which in the realm of Allegiant Air is perfectly acceptable, I guess. It was exactly what I was expecting, and anything less would have just been a bonus. Oh, and yes, I do have a full unedited version of this takeoff posted over on my other YouTube channel, so there's a link in the description below. If you want to see that, head on over there. Don't get excited though, because the city of Orlando is nowhere to be found in those clips. I guess since I don't have any footage of Orlando to show you, I'm going to use this opportunity to give a shout out to Simon and Neil, two of my favorite aviation YouTubers. They're also SANspotter patrons. They make great content. Go check them out. Link in the description below. Anyway, so yeah, we are officially on our way to Oklahoma City now. And since my expectations are already so low, I'm not even expecting any cabin service at all. Now, as we all know, Allegiant Air does have an in-flight menu where you can purchase items for a fee, a very big fee, but I brought my own snacks today, as did nearly everyone around me. It was amazing. It was probably maybe a 30% to 70% mix of people who bought on board versus bringing their own thing. And to be honest, I wasn't expecting so many people to purchase something in flight. But hey, maybe that's just another way that Allegiant Air stays in business. I think this is sort of starting to make sense. The third and final thing that makes absolutely no sense to me is the fact that Allegiant Air can stay in business with such a bad reputation. Now, I'm sure you've seen all the news, all the headlines of Allegiant Air being the worst airline in the world, whether it be from sketchy maintenance, incidents, air rage, or whatever. Allegiant Air doesn't have the best reputation. And yet, despite all of that negativity, they've been earning $2 billion in revenue every year for the past few years. Well, maybe not last year due to COVID, but they're doing okay. Anyway, the thing that doesn't make sense to me is how the heck they're doing so well with such a bad reputation. You ask anybody about Allegiant Air, and chances are they're going to start laughing, they're going to tell you a bad story. It's not going to be good. Everyone craps on Allegiant Air. Everyone. However, they're one of the most profitable airlines in the United States. How? I have no idea, and it just hurts my head to even think about. Anyway, welcome to Oklahoma City. This is the first time that I have ever been to this airport, and once again, I have to say I am impressed. This is a nice airport. What a good day. A good flight on Allegiant Air, 2 nice new airports, not a bad day of flying. And on that happy note, I just want to give a huge shout out to all the SANspotter patrons, Aaron Slater, David Kelly, Naomi Slivko, Riley Wingo, and everyone else. Thank you so much for your support. I appreciate you watching all the way through to the end, and as always, I'll catch you in the next one.